Hey everybody, my name is Nanamefo. Welcome back to my YouTube, my non-existent YouTube, you could call it. Yeah, I kind of wanted to do something just to go over all of the good games that I've seen during Summer Games Fest and during the course of the week. This won't contain everything, obviously, but I just felt like I needed to do something to celebrate that, so yeah. I figured why the hell not. Just two things of note before we start. First of all, I apologize for the mic quality. I am literally doing this with my headset mic still. I haven't bought like a proper one yet, which is why I haven't really done a bunch of talking videos yet. So I apologize if you can't like understand what I'm saying or if my words come out like slurred and badly randomly. I'm kind of just doing this on a whim because it's like usually we'd have the podcast to talk about it, but I don't think like Pete and Kylie are super interested in doing one this year on a Jeff Keighley show, and they've both like fallen out with Xbox, which would be their big thing. I'm not gonna be really talking about anything from the PlayStation State of Play. The only thing that really got my interest was Rayman Legends, and I could talk about how much Ubisoft sucks, but I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, so yeah. First of all, I apologize for that. Second of all, let me know the editing style if you don't like anything. I'm just kind of just going off of what I did for my highlights videos. Yeah, which those will still be worked on. Those are gonna be like the main point of that. But you know, sometimes you gotta just come on here and discuss them. So yeah, let's do that, and we'll start with a few indie games from the mix on Wednesday that I liked. Indie games, the lifeblood of gaming, at least for me anyways. I wanted to talk about three of my favorites because there's a bunch that I could honestly talk about, so I honestly just figured free is enough because I didn't want to like get up with this segment being like 20 minutes and the other ones being like 5 minutes in total. But there are three that really stuck out to me that I figured I should highlight. The first one is Mega Gun, which was shown at the Mix Summer Showcase, I believe it's called, like Media Indie Exchange, I believe. Yeah, Mix. It looks really good. It's a nice little like action platformer. At least that's the vibe I got from it. It's about a girl that I think has lost her parents. At least that's what I got from the trailer. It's apparently out next year. It looks really cool, and I can't wait to try it out. The second one is Dusk Fade. Now, this is one that's been going viral, I think, because it's very Kingdom Hearts inspired, and it looks very cool. There's currently a demo out, which I'm gonna try, I think. At the time of recording this particular segment, there's a lot of demos that are gonna come out the next day, so I'm hoping that I can get around to trying a bunch before Steam Next Fest kicks in and everything. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, out August 14th, demo out now. You should try it. It looks really cool. The last one I wanted to talk about was Kid Bash, and this is being published by the Acclaim Revival, which I really love the look of this because it's like a Kirby beat 'em up. Like if you've seen like the Kirby claymation style for the one on the Wii U, I believe. Yeah, the Wii U. It's basically that, and it looks amazing. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this whenever it comes out, and yeah, I'm just really looking forward to this. There were some others that I did see, like Fields of Mystery is getting 1.0. Tales of Seikyu is apparently getting a big collaboration as well, and then also Super Ukulele Card. I'm really looking forward to that one. Playtonic has been one of my favorite indie studios for a while, and I can't wait to see what they do with that. But I kind of wanted to talk about these three a little bit at length, but I'll leave links to like all of the games I just mentioned in the description because you know the indies and they could use the help in my opinion. But enough about that. Let's get on to the the state of play. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but I remembered two things that I need to go into.
What does Ikumi want most right now?
Additional development budget.
Okay, you know what? Let's talk about some stuff from the state of play. I know I said I wasn't going to, but I remember two things that like I have to put in there. Like I said, I won't touch on Rayman Legends Retold because, again, I could talk about how much Ubisoft suck all day, and in this game in particular, for me, it's not the move for this game. They should have remade Rayman 2. That's all I'm gonna say on that. I won't touch anything else on that. But I did remember two games. The first one being Kemori. Now this is a game by Ikumi Nakamura, and it looks fun as hell. I'm hoping there's some single player stuff to it. Like, my problem with the look of the game really was just that well, at first was that it was a very multiplayer focused thing, and I don't know, I'm not somebody that likes to play multiplayer a lot, like sometimes, but not a lot, if you know what I mean. So I don't know, it just, for me, it feels like it looks amazing, but I don't really want to be playing multiplayer games honestly, because that's just not my vibe, I would say. But besides that, it looks amazing. It definitely has like a lot of Ikumi Nakamura style to it, and I hope this game does well for her studio, like Unseen. Like, I think they're a pretty cool studio, and how they work, what they do, it's pretty cool to see. The second thing that I wanted to talk about was Onimusha Way of the Sword. It got a date late September, and it has a demo, which I haven't tried yet. But yeah, I'm probably going to get around to trying this at some point, just because it looks very cool. I've heard that enemies are very passive, but that's a trait that carries over from Onimusha games of the past, so that's going to be very interesting to look at. So yeah, there's a very short Sony segment for you. Let's get over to Summer Games Fest, because God, there's so much to discuss. Alright, onward to Summer Game Fest now, and I gotta say, Jeff made this a really enjoyable show. This is probably going to be my show of this year's Summer Game Fest, actually, or like the Summer Game Fest main show, I should say, unless Xbox come with like something really great, because like there was a lot at this Summer Game Fest that I enjoyed quite a bit. We'll start with something that I just want to touch on quickly. Stranger Than Heaven, we got a release date for it. It is coming out January 15th, and we also got the showing of Tupac Shakur. He's gonna be in the game. I'm not really here to debate on if this is a good idea or a bad idea or not, because I don't have the jurisdiction of his estate or knowing like what's going on there, but I just feel like RGG is taking a big risk with this, which is saying a lot considering that they are making a Virtua Fighter game. Like, Stranger Than Heaven feels like one of the biggest risks they've taken, which is insane to hear, honestly, like, because they're a studio that plays it really safe. But I guess either somebody at Sega or they themselves decided, okay, we gotta put our chips to the table and just see what we can do. So yeah, we'll have to see where this comes out and how it does. This is a very quick one as well. Tifa is in Street Fighter 6 as part of the Season 4 pass, alongside Bosch, Jasmine, and I don't remember the other person's name, but yeah, Tifa's in there. Hell yes, hell yes, hell yes. I was so happy because I kind of wanted her to be in Tekken 8, but then Clive came about and I was mad about that to the point where when I saw that trailer and saw Clive was in it, I took my headphones off and walked away from the screen. Like I was that mad. I don't know, nothing against like 16, but it's just like Tifa needed to be in one of these, man. Like she's like so popular. She's very popular. Speaking of Capcom things though, we got another Resident Evil game. Resident Evil Veronica out in 2027, a remake of Code Veronica. I'm very excited to see what this is and how it plays, honestly, because it's just a very like unique game, Code Veronica. But it has a great story from what I've heard. Like I've seen some clips, but it's like a unique playing game made for the Dreamcast, all things. So I'm curious to see what they do with this because I know a lot of people are going to be excited. And now we get on to the big two for me. Stellar Blade Blood Rain. This was something that when I saw it, like I needed it immediately. I have not played the first Stellar Blade, but this one looked insane with all the high intense action. She's throwing punches and kicks. It seems like she's chasing after the like long-haired guy with the robotic mouth. That looks like it's gonna be a fun game. It looks insane. I have one concern though. The director of this, I don't have his name, but he seems to be using or like big into AI, which is a problem because what's this game gonna be about? What is this game gonna entail in terms of AI generated stuff? Because I feel like there's gonna be some of that in there somewhere and we're not gonna know because he doesn't disclose anything. I don't know. It's just that's just gonna be a bothersome point though. Besides that though, it looks great. Punches, kicks, everything is good. We'll see when this comes out. They said early in development, but I'm excited to see where this is. And then of course the big one, Final Fantasy VII Revelation. This is out in spring 2027 for all platforms. It is the final chapter of the Final Fantasy VII saga, as they're calling it, and this looks incredible. This already looks incredible. They got air travel. They got a new job system where you can change their costumes to give them like new jobs, and it just looks insane. I cannot wait for this to come out. Like I'm somebody that got into this franchise through Kingdom Hearts, admittedly, but I cannot imagine like if you've been playing this series since like 1997 with FF7, like seeing the evolution now. I know people are split on it, but you gotta respect it, man. And also respect to Square Enix for getting this out in 7 years. Like I know it's been over 10 technically with dev time, but if you want to go from like the release in 2020 and then up to now, because it's like they did 2020 for FF7 remake, 2024 for FF7 Rebirth, and now 2027 for FF7 Revelation. That is insane. So well done to them. They've done really, really well. And yeah, that was Summer Game Fest. Again, well done to Jeff. I think he did a stellar job in terms of the things that he's gotten. Alright, so onward to Xbox, and I'm just going to combine the Xbox and then the two other things I want to talk about, because I'll be honest, I don't really want to talk about a lot from Xbox. I don't know, I think the Doom expansion looks cool. That's the only thing I really thought of note from like Xbox's actual products. You can tell where my allegiances lie a little bit, don't you? Like not even with Sony either. But I'll start by just touching on two things. I'm not really gonna overly speak on them because I'm not qualified in a sense, if you know what I mean. But Atlas came around with Persona 6 and Persona 4 Revival. Persona 4 Revival was out in February next year. Persona 6, it was just an early announcement, but I think the problem there was it was getting leaked left, right, and center, so they had to say something. Like, we saw that with Persona 4 Revival as well. Like, P3R at the very least, they kept quiet for a long time. Same with, like, the Persona 5 Tactica game. But, yeah. I'm glad to see, like, Atlas, like, really stepping up, really taking advantage of, like, their place in the industry now. And then the second thing is, Koei Tecmo is making another game, Wolong 2. The only reason I bring this up is because Koei Tecmo is unstoppable, man. Like, it's crazy how unstoppable they are. But the main two things I wanted to talk about was Spyro: A Realm Beyond, which this is the first Spyro game in 8 years, which I think is crazy. We only saw a small gameplay tease, but it looks like you're going to be able to fly between islands now, which is neat. And I do really like the look of this. I hope it works out, because this is the only reason I can think of that Toys for Bob like partnered with Microsoft pretty much. Hopefully, like, they can do their own thing after this. But yeah, I also, it's like, I don't want to hear anything about, oh, the Spyro trilogy led to this or Rayman. It's like, no, they should have remade Rayman 2. I'm sorry, I had to bring that up because, like, I know people are gonna bring it up on Twitter. The other thing I wanted to bring up, and I'll sidestep the controversy on this again, which is like more AI stuff, but it's like, I don't know. This one I need to wait to see, but it's Crazy Taxi World Tour. This game looks really cool. They brought back the old band. It just looks like what Crazy Taxi is to me, at least, which is just like driving, taxiing around in vibes, which I know is a big simplification of the process probably, but that was the vibe that I got when I played like Crazy Taxi. But yeah, there is the AI stuff where apparently they've used AI for like coding, which I'm not sure what that entails, but if it's just like, oh, we used it to get an idea of what to code, it's like, I don't know. It's like, I feel very militant on, I don't want Gen AI anywhere, and I don't want like AI in a lot of places in this industry, but I won't go any further than that. But yeah, if it's just code, then I can, like, I think overlook it so long as like none of that ends up in the game. I don't know. I just, art assets are my main thing, but yeah, that's that for the shows. There are two other things that I wanted to quickly touch on, which was Clutch, the new game by the Forza Horizon devs. I don't remember the studio. Maverick Games. The studio name is Maverick Games. I don't know what to think of this, because it looks like more story-based Forza Horizon, which is nice, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know. It's like I haven't seen enough is what I'm feeling of this, because it's like I'm just unsure of like what to think of it, honestly. Like, I can't say what I think of it. So yeah, I think I'll just leave it at that. It's like it looks fun, it looks decent, but I hope they don't go the wrong direction with it, because like they said, you can customize everything. It's like, can I see how this game drives, please? And then the other thing that I really wanted to talk about, which of course if you know me, this won't come as a surprise, but ZZZ had its 3.0 presentation. If you don't know what ZZZ is, it's Zenless Zone Zero. It had its 3.0 presentation. We're going to Rose Califer, which is the new world in the sky, and it looks insane. Wise and Bell are about to get some new forms. It looks like they can use like this big Pyroist summon to fight, which looks really, really cool. We're getting new characters, a bunch of new mechanics as well. I'm really excited for 3.0. I enjoyed Season 2 quite a bit. I enjoyed the epilogue of Season 2 quite a bit, both parts. And yeah, I'm just really excited to see where Zenless Zone Zero goes. So yeah, that's everything, I think. Surprise, there was a Nintendo Direct on Tuesday. I honestly thought this was going to be next week Tuesday. But yeah, I'm recording this like 9:30 after the direct has long passed by, and this is also gonna end up being a surprise Square Enix segment for reasons that you will see later. Oh my god. But yeah, let's touch on the two big major Nintendo things I feel that were in there. Xenoblade Genesis, Monolith Soft's next game. This looks actually really cool. It's like Xenoblade prequel. I don't know how many years before, but it looks like really cool. Like it's more of a like classic fantasy, gothic fantasy sort of Xenoblade, which I really enjoy the idea of. And then we got a teaser for the worst kept secret of all time, Zelda Ocarina of Time. It comes out this year. I would not be surprised if this comes out close to GTA or like on the same day, because Nintendo will probably be like, yeah, the movie will make up sales, we don't give a shit. But Ocarina of Time is like one of the games that I feel like could compete. We haven't seen any of it yet, so I assume we'll see a lot of it at TGS, because I'm sure Nintendo would love to have that as their big reveal at TGS. Oh god, could you imagine? There was also a couple other big things like Nintendo Switch Sports Resort as well, and then Atelier Carrier. This got announced during a sizzle reel, which is crazy to think about, but yeah, it looks cool. It's a Yumiya sequel, and I think it looks good, but the main reason I wanted to bring it up is because Koei Tecmo just have infinite stamina, man. Like, it's insane. But then we get to the Square Enix segment, and I'll make the joke after this, but after like this game that we're about to talk about, but the first thing is that they are making a HD 2D Final Fantasy game called Final Fantasy Resonance. This is like clearly the remaining story or leftovers from Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, the mobile game, and I'm curious to see what they do with it, honestly, because Brave Exvius, from what I played, was fun. Like, it had some nonsensical collabs in there, but it was pretty fun. But yeah, it comes out I think this year, so that should be neat. That should be cool. However, I think I owe Nintendo somehow for the past few years of my life, because they somehow managed to get a Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer on here. And it's like, it didn't even have a date, it just said that it was coming to their platform. And it is also now coming to Xbox and Steam and Epic, so it's gonna launch on everything. If you know, like with Square Enix, they've gotten rid of exclusivity due to, I want to say, pressures from the investors, which I could talk about Square Enix and their investors like all day. It's like, yeah, it annoys me a lot with them, but I thought this trailer was good, but a little bit underwhelming. We got some new characters. Apparently one of them is from Dark Road. We got a completely new character. We got Not Lux Lord showing up. We got Ava in a black jacket, which is very interesting because we don't know what the role of the black jackets are in this. Young Xehanort was there as well, and we saw some gameplay. A lot of people said it looked different, but it looked like similar enough to me. There's a Keyblade there, which people are really signifying or thinking is going to mean like Moana or this, that, and the other. And yeah, we'll see. Eventually we'll see. But I am happy, very happy to see this game here. It looks insane already. I'm glad it's coming to Switch as well, because it's like, maybe I'll get a PS5, but it's like outside of Spider-Man and maybe Astrobot, I have no reason to own a PS5 if KH is multi-platform. But yeah, I am a bit worried we're not going to see it again for a while, but apparently there's rumors that they're going to show this at D23 or something. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still like very uncertain, because this is like Square Enix, man. This is the KH team, man. They've been secretive for a while, but yeah. Now, I think that is everything from Summer Games Fest. And so that ends one of the greatest weeks for games I have seen in a while. There was so much good stuff announced, and I really enjoyed this. Well done to everybody involved, genuinely. Like from the indies to Nintendo to Xbox to PlayStation to everyone just had their A game on, and I think that that's really what matters here. And hopefully, we see more things like this in the future. Jeff's vision of Summer Games Fest, I think, has really come to fruition now, finally. So we'll see if this lasts as long into the future. I do hope it does. I do hope it does. Just gonna explain a few things here. I apologize for the footage that was being used. Basically, I have a new laptop, and while it's more powerful, it's also 14 inches and not 16:9 format. I don't know. I think it's 16:10. It's a bit smaller, and the screen size is not overly compatible with the traditional 16:9 format that you use for trailers. So yeah, I had to work around that. I apologize. I didn't really realize it until it was too late. And I also apologize for like the amount of time that it took for this to come out. I had planned for this to come out like Wednesday, I think, after the Nintendo Direct was announced, but then I share a workspace with some people in the family and they needed it a bit more than me, so yeah, I had to give it up. And there's not really a lot of places in the house to work. Like, I'm recording this Saturday evening because I had to not be able to record gameplay footage for a little bit, so that was annoying. And lastly, if you've come to the end of this video despite it being very clearly unscripted and not having a lot of information, because I recorded things on a day-by-day basis pretty much, or like over the weekend I recorded all that stuff, and then Nintendo, I mentioned the time I was recording that. And it was before any of the gameplay previews came out, so yeah, just be aware of that as well. But if you've come to the end of this video, thank you, I really appreciate it. There's gonna be a playlist coming up that has it's gonna be called Nana and Friends Reactions to the Not E3. So yeah, it'll have a few people that I follow and am associates, I guess you could say, with, and their reactions to the E3 stuff. So please go support them, and please go support Rapid Reviews as well. We do a lot of good stuff. Like I said, I'm their video editor, and I'm gonna be doing lots and lots of highlights of stuff there and on Kylie Wild's channel from now on. So yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. If you like those two concepts, press like, press subscribe, support people in the playlist, support Kylie, support Rapid Reviews, and I will see you all very much in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.